Namaste. Hello and welcome to this short post-Christmas yoga class with me, Catherine, from Be Vivant, which is everything that makes us feel healthy, happy, alive and living. So let's get started. So let's start by coming and sitting on our heels on our yoga mat. We can bring our hands forward. We're just going to do a nice stretch, bringing the hands to the front of the mat and taking the head down towards the ground. Breathing in, we can come up onto the knees, tuck the toes, bring the knees in alignment and push into a downward dog. Stretch one leg and stretch the other by bending one knee after the other. Use your breath. Breathe in and breathe out to stretch. As this is post-Christmas yoga, maybe some of you are needing that movement, trying to heat up the body again and just get into a groove in your practice again. So welcome to do it here together. Breathing out, take the knees back down. We're going to shuffle back a tiny bit and come down to a melting heart, taking the heart down into the mat. Maybe just keeping the head lifted a few centimeters to help stretch into the shoulders. Breathing in, and we're going to come back up for a downward dog. Just bring the feet in, maybe bringing the toes slightly together and the heels slightly apart. Breathe here. Nice. Come back in to breathe up towards the front. We're going to come into a plank. Take the heels back behind. Tuck the tummy under. Push the hands into the mat. Breathe here. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Take the knees down. Take them out a little bit. Take the toes together and come back to a melting heart. Hips coming up towards the sky. Nice. This time we're going to come to sit down on the heels. I'm going to shuffle forward so you can see me a bit better. Sit down on my heels and I'm going to take the hands behind me, either taking the fingertips onto the ground or the hands, the palms of the hands down onto the ground. And I'm just going to either open the chest up here or even open up the hips towards the sky. Take the gaze up and slightly forward. Breathe out, take the hips down, nice. Bring the arms forward, come back into a downward dog, taking the feet back. Breathe out here, super. Let's come back to bend one knee after the other. Stretching again behind the legs. And we're going to do that sequence again. So taking the heels back, breathe in. I'm going to come into a plank. Take my heels back behind me, tuck the tummy. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Take the knees down, toes back, and we're going to come and melt the heart down towards the ground. Breathing here, relaxing the arms, the elbows. And we're going to come to sit back onto our heels. Take the fingers behind. Again, I'll shuffle forward a bit just so you can see me a bit better. Or the hands onto the ground. Shoulders come behind, so opening the chest and maybe taking the hips up if you're able to. Super. Come down. This time we're going to come to a child's pose. Arms by the side, relax the head down, maybe taking the head to one side or the head in the middle, breathing into the lower back. Nice. Breathe in, come back up, sit back on the heels. We're going to do that sequence one more time, taking the hands forward, lifting the hips up and taking the elbows and the heart down towards the ground. Breathing in, rounding the back, taking the toes onto the ground, coming into a downward dog. Let's just take the toes and the feet forward a little bit. Try to take the heels down. Nice. Let's breathe in, come into a plank. Take the heels back behind, push into the ground. Suck the tummy in, hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Let's take the heels down again and come back and melt the heart. Just open the knees a little. Melt the heart back down into the ground.
And last leg, we're going to sit back on our heels, take our fingers behind down on the ground. Maybe you can even use a block here if you want, or take the hands down, lifting up the shoulders, the heart towards the sky, the hips eventually. Nice. Let's sit back down, taking our feet to one side. We're going to take our my left leg out in front and my right leg either to the side. Let's see if we can open up and create the space here. So we really want to have that right angle between the legs. If you're not able to, you can sit on a cushion, or you can bring the knee in a little bit if needed. You can also take that foot out if really needed, but try and see if you can open up into the hips here. Nice. Facing front of my left leg, I'm straightening the back, I'm turning my body towards it. Breathe in, lift up high, breathe out, sink down. Try to keep the stretch behind the leg and the length in the back at the same time. The hands are nice and soft. A few long breaths here. Nice, breathe in, come back up. We're just going to take the inside of the foot towards ourselves. So the heel on the inside of the foot, the leg comes out to a sort of, I don't know, like a kind of circular almost kind of shape. Starting to create a circle anyway. Breathing in, lifting up, straightening the back. And as I breathe out, I'm going to bend down here as well. It doesn't matter if you don't get to reach very far. And if you are able to kiss your heel, it's also great. But what we want is that stretch on the inside of the leg. So it's kind of underneath the leg on the inside. And we're just working into the hip and stretching here. Nice. Breathe in, come back up. Take the leg out front. Take the right leg to join it. Feet and toes coming up towards us, so all the muscles in the legs are active. Hands back down, placing every part of the hand down. Breathing in, we're going to open up the chest again and work into the arms. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Take yourself down, and we're going to flip over so you can do it any way you want. Taking the feet onto the mat, turning around and pushing back again into a downward dog here, taking the heels down towards the ground. Nice. Breathing in, coming back for a plank. Hold it here, take the heels back. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Let's take knees, chest and chin down towards the ground. Relax the hips. And as we breathe in, we're going to come up for a small cobra, taking the gaze up. And then we can push back, keep the elbows in, toes on the ground, downward dog again. Tuck the tummy here and keep a slight bend in the elbows if you can. Nice. Breathing in, coming onto the toes, taking the knees down, the toes down, the heels down. We're going to open up again behind. So fingers on the ground or the hands on the ground. I'll just come back again a bit more central. And we're going to open up the chest and again take the hips up high if we can. Super. Breathe out, come down. We're going to do some work into our back before we come onto the right side of our leg. So we're going to lift the arms up towards the sky and just allow the right hand to fall down between the shoulder blades. The left hand coming onto the right elbow. So my knees are slightly apart. I'll show you from different angles here. So I'm here like this. And then I can either stay here, or if I know I can grip the two hands together, I'm going to float that left arm around, creating as much space as possible, and try and attach my two hands together, tucking the tummy under, and just trying to keep the back nice and straight. I'll come round to the front so you can see here. Holding it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Let go, release. Let's come to the other side. Breathing in, arms up. Left hand comes down in between the shoulder blades and the right hand on the left elbow. Push the arm down. Nice. Allow it to really create space. Allow that arm to lengthen and fall down. And we're going to rotate the arm around if you're able to. If not, you can stay in the first position, taking hold of the fingers together and keeping the back long and straight. Breathe into the stretch and the opening here. Nice. For 3, for 2, for 1. Super. Let go, release, and just shake the arms out a little. Let's come to our right side. So if you hadn't moved, you'll be facing this way on the mat. So we're going to take the right leg out and we're going to take the left leg behind us and just allow that opening to be created if possible. Even if you need to come up onto a cushion or a block or something, and maybe the knee comes in a little bit and maybe the foot comes out, that's okay. So facing towards the leg here, nice and long and straight in the back. Breathe out, coming down, keeping that stretch behind the leg. The hands are nice and soft. Super. Breathe in, coming up. We're going to bring the foot in towards us so the heel is kind of facing the pubic bone or in alignment with. And we're going to just bend down here again, focusing on keeping the back nice and straight, the arms nice and soft, and we want to have a stretch on the inside of that leg. You try and stretch and open out the inside of your leg. Super. Breathing in, coming up. We can take that right leg back out straight, bring the left in, and we're going to do just an easy, nice and simple diamond pose. Either the hands on the ground or the fingertips to keep the back nice and straight. Try and open the insides of your feet towards the sky and the knees down towards the ground. We can take the heart up towards the sky. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1. And bring the knees in. Nice. Take the feet down on the ground. We can just hug the knees in and really bring the heels in towards us, keeping our back long and straight. And then just take the regard, the eyes down towards the ground. Super. Let go, release. Taking the legs forward and the hips towards the feet. We're going to come down onto the ground little by little, tuck the knees in towards the chest and just come to a simple happy baby pose. So I take my hands outside of the feet and push my hips and my lower back into the ground and open up in between the legs here. It's the gravity that's allowing my feet to open wide as the arms pull them back and down. Just breathe gently into the belly here. Listen to what's happening in your body, in the belly. And we can breathe out, release, and just come to a simple Shavasana pose. So I'm going to shuffle back a little bit and take my legs and arms down, hands up towards the sky, allowing my legs to fall out to the sides. Just tucking my chin towards my chest slightly and breathing deeply into my lower belly, focusing on this movement in the body during this moment of stillness. Just coming to find inner peace after our Christmas period, coming back to practice, coming back to the self. And feel free to press pause on the video and stay here as long as you need. And rest and come down. Feel supported. Otherwise, I invite you to slowly start moving the fingers and toes, the ankles, the wrists, and just bringing the arms up behind you and stretching the body out, stretching the arms up and the toes back, and gently finding a way to come onto your side and come up to a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the session, this post-Christmas yoga session with me, Catherine from Be Vivant. If you liked the class and you'd like to subscribe, then please click the subscribe button below. Have a lovely rest of the day. Namaste.